Ba-da-ba-ba, this one history in 100 years.
When I feel like I should cry.
Unfortunately, this is not an episode about all 1,000 episodes of Case Closed.
But it will be one day.
This is an episode about why the Dark Tournament is the best tournament arc. So I'm gonna let you go. I'm just gonna let you go to town on this first because
Listen.
I love Yu, but I would say you're pretty much the resident expert here.
First thoughts, only thoughts to the Toguro brothers, obviously, but also the entire fucking team. It's one of the times that I think for me why it's hard, because they were trying to make a list for like what's the best arc, and for me no one tops this, because with this arc, for it literally gave also character development for everybody. Because like when you first go like the first season, like you obviously know a little bit about, you know, some Yusuke and you know Kuwabara, and then you got inserts of Kurama and Hiei, but like they just start developing their teamwork. And then, Yusuke really had to come to terms, like, he is not top shit. Like, he actually has to, like, humble himself and fight and actually, like, go through all the trials. And then, same thing with everyone. Like, Hiei had to step up, Kurama, like, everyone had to, like, show their worth, and they were all seen lesser than. And I love underdog stories for me.
Yeah, Kuwabara really steps up.
No, he doesn't. He only wins, like, what?
Really?
Technically 2 fights.
But I will agree with you. I think that's a good point. Number one, fight scenes in any anime are cool. We've told you before that like fighting anime is pretty much our genre of choice. Yes. But it becomes so much more complex and necessary to the overall story when the characters that are engaging in these fights actually do grow in some way, whether it's physically or mentally, like being able to tap into powers that we haven't seen before, bringing in villains that we haven't seen that are essential to that particular arc.
There'll be no one left on this side able to challenge my power. And what's the point of strength if you can't use it?
Eloquently answered as always. Care for a drink?
We've had a good arrangement, Sakyo. May the tournament finish appropriately. If you don't mind, I will take a glass of orange juice over ice.
Everyone shocks you. Every episode is like, it's a learning opportunity for our characters, and it's also there's more heart too. So like when someone dies, you cry, and there was humor in it too. Like with Baby Koenma, he's like, oh, I got my jetpack. Like I'm about to bounce. Once if you lose, like we getting out of here. Like there's humor in it.
What if he loses and we get booted from the tournament?
If that happens, all we have to do is kill everyone else on the boat before we reach the island. We'll say we're the right team and no one will complain.
You didn't have too many friends growing up, did you?
There's real risk in cheating. It's so good.
I think that's a good.
Sorry.
This is a good point. Point number 2 is just that, like, as you mentioned when we were talking about other tournament arcs that we enjoyed, whether you're talking about, My Hero, if you're talking about the Chunin exams, this isn't like really some school sanctioned like type of event, These are fighters that showed up to show their strength, and there are risks, and because of that there are real rewards.
For me, I always say, if you can get all of, like, the human condition, even when the stakes are high, they do take time to really give every character their day. Even just like the quote-unquote side characters, like even like Kuwabara's sister, she had a love thing, and it was like slight, but like they gave her time for that. And I appreciate shows that really allow each one character to kind of have their day and their moment to be different and to shine.
Yeah, I think that's
why I liked it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I think another strong point of that show in general is just that it has such a good ensemble. And I think like a lot of times, like we were just talking about Naruto characters kind of getting underwritten or thrown to the side. It's like one of the biggest points of power that show has is that each of those characters, if you took away any of those characters, the story would suffer a little bit, because you do get so attached to the entire ensemble and everybody plays an actual role in what's happening, much like they do in the tournament arc. And then my third point, which I didn't really notice this until I started looking into other well-known tournament arcs, but I was just gonna say, like, I guess it's not all that uncommon for tournament arcs just like not to finish, and the Dark Tournament actually has a conclusion. Whereas like in other shows, it seems to be like almost a joke that an arc, like a tournament arc, gets interrupted. The Dark Tournament, I mean, you strap in and
it's done.
Yeah.
Because to girls, like, I'm like, Hiei destroys the whole entire arena, and people were just like, I guess postponing. To girls, like, oh no, I got this on my back. I'm gonna carry this on my back, and we gonna fight. He's like, it's that serious for him. It was the first arc I saw before I even watched the first season, because it was back in the day where like Funimation would just, it's not as easy to just like watch what you want. Like, you had to watch what was on television and stuff. And I remember watching the Yo-Yo Kid was like the first episode. I was like, oh, what is this? Good show. And then I don't know, it just hooked me, and I just loved I loved the growth, and I loved the power of all of it. Like, everyone showed up to 100%. It's my favorite arc of all time. So, yes, you.
Long story short is that we wanted this video to be, kind of a debate or a discussion of great tournament arcs. And there are others, but, at the end of the day, it's pretty clear.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Dark Tournament's the best one. But as always, let us know down in the comments below if you agree with us, or if you think there are tournament arcs that we've missed or haven't mentioned, or maybe haven't seen, that you think are better than
I would like to know.
The Dark Tournament. Yeah, we're here for it. So, comment. We'll comment back.
Bye.